right, all right, all right. Special episode of Jedi and the Mailman. There's no mailman. We got a Mandalorian and a Sith Lord. How are we doing tonight, fellas? Brandon?
Good, man. Good.
Good,
I'm doing
good.
good.
Are you a guest at this point in our content creating lives? Like, you know what I mean? I don't feel like you're a guest, and I feel like you're just like one of the crew.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a short, tight knit group. I'm very happy to be a part of it, but yeah, I mean, I'm always loving the guest title of being here on Explore the Force. You guys are killing it. Me and Jack were just talking before stream about like what we're all doing on my side, on your guys' side, and what we do together. So I mean, yeah, we all notice the good things, and I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Nice. That was Brandon's subtle way of throwing me under the bus that I hopped on like 1 minute prior to recording. So thanks.
Hey,
what about you, Jackie boy? The weirdest sounding Canadian.
Yeah, all good. Again, just like I say, just chat to Brandon. Just tired, mate. Long day today. Bit of fitness in the morning. Got ice hockey tomorrow morning. So we're doing well in the fantasy league that we got going. That's what that's the real talk.
I think that Brandon and I are both 0-2, right? Like, which
Yeah.
one's that? That's the NFL league one, right?
Yeah.
I know I've gotten killed the last two. I'm not even broke 100 points yet, I don't think.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah, 0-2. I got a loose streak. Yeah, not good. Not good.
Not good at all.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. So, but yeah, good stuff. Sometimes, Brandon, I wonder how you do it all by yourself. You know what I mean?
Dude.
Like, there's like 4, sometimes 5 of us, and we're always like, you know, and you got yourself a kid and a wife and everything, and I was like, man, sometimes like I was actually thinking about you today when we were getting ready for this. Just like, man, like grinding, buddy.
I try, dude. Usually real late at night, I just, kick on the TV and just get to editing, dude. I mean, it really helps just kind of planning everything I do like nights in advance. And then sometimes I'll just record the video. That way I can just sit and be like, okay, it's done. I don't have to edit it right away. And then now I can edit it one night and then get it out. And same with the shorts, but I'm just trying, man.
All right. Well, I got to ask you, before we get into our main topic here, I want to ask you, we've seen a lot of the boxes going out for the new Lego stuff that's coming out on Friday, the new show, Rebuild the Galaxy. Was it Pieces of the Past or something? I can't remember the exact title, but you're a big Lego guy. So what do you think about those Legos coming out, like that snow speeder, hot rod snow speeder and stuff like that? Are you loving that? Or
I mean, at first it looks kind of corny, but when you get the gist and the overall premise of the Rebuild the Galaxy, it makes sense because everything's wrong essentially. Like there's Jedi Vader, there's Darth Jar Jar, and then Darth Kenobi that we're gonna see that we've seen in trailers, Darth Revan. So I mean, everything's flipped, obviously. I think it's really cool. So I'm excited to see what happens. The first one was really good, so maybe the second one will be even better. It looks cool.
Yeah, it does look really good. What about you, Jack? You ready for Friday? I think it's Friday, right?
Wait,
Comes out Friday?
It's a breath of fresh air, isn't it? That Lego stuff. I think it's absolutely class. I'm excited. I'm excited for Revan as well.
Yeah, they're just kind of pushing him more. And I mean, we've gotten 2 references. I know it's Lego, but that's still another reference to him, from the Rise of Skywalker, one of the battalions or whatever, all named after those guys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's always good to get a laugh. I don't know what it is about Lego humor, man, but God, it's awesome.
It's money. It's good.
So, but we got Star Wars Nerd says Darth Jar Jar is never wrong. No, he's not.
What's up, nerd? Thanks for joining, man.
So, got a bunch of people over on Instagram. Make sure you guys are messaging us over there. Man, it's been a rough day. I haven't talked to a lot of humans today, so rough day. But all right. So, what are we here to talk about? Andor seems like we can't get rid of it, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So, let me bring up. I have some stuff here. It says Andor season 2 Emmy wins. They got 5 awards the other night. Outstanding writing for a drama. Dan Gilroy for the episode Welcome to the Rebellion. I believe that's the one with the speech, right? That's the Mon Mothma speech.
Yeah.
Let's just start there. Let's start with the writing. what do you guys think? Like, because our overall thing, we want to talk about all these awards, some of the things they didn't win, some of the people that didn't win. I don't want to be too negative about it though, because I mean, I know there's a lot of good things out there, but our ultimate goal is to get to the end of this is like, how do them winning all these awards, what's that look like for Star Wars down the line? So that's kind of where we want to get to. So if you're out there listening and stuff like that, and you think, does it change it? Doesn't it change it? That's kind of where we're headed. But I think we should take a minute and just kind of talk about some of these. So outstanding writing for a drama series, Dan Gilroy got to accept. Welcome to the Rebellion. What are we thinking about that episode and everything else?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Jack.
just class, absolutely class. I mean, the ratings that it got on IMDb and stuff like that, smashed it through the roof. I mention it every time we talk about Andor. The energy in that we witnessed at Star Wars Celebration with the cast, everyone that's involved, everyone was lit, everyone wanted to get involved with it. Tony Gilroy, Diego Luna said every time, everybody literally did love the show. And I'm happy for them. I'm happy they got some awards. Not happy they didn't get as many awards as I think as they deserve, but we'll go into that.
We'll bring that up here. I'll get the whole list of what they were nominated for. How about you, Brandon? How you feeling about the success, especially this one, like the writing? Because I don't know. I'm trying to like research. Like, I off the top of my head, I can't imagine they've ever won anything for writing in Star Wars. It's not the most. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. It's not Shawshank Redemption or anything.
Right. Yeah, no, I get that because I feel like most Star Wars fans, if they have any gripes, it's about bad writing. You hear that term thrown, in the air a lot when you're talking about Star Wars. But for once, I'm glad that it's winning actual awards for having good writing, and I'm pretty sure it was called outstanding writing.
Yeah, that's outstanding writing for a drama series.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, that show, you could look at it, season 1 was classified as like a slow burn. But when you look back at it as a whole, it makes so much sense why the first season was like that going into Andor season 2, into Rogue One, then into A New Hope, and then the original trilogy. So, I mean, Andor has a huge spot. And I absolutely agree with this award here. It's really no brainer, to be fair.
Awesome. Yeah. And that speech, I mean, they get a lot of, I wouldn't say grief, but like, because they wrote it a couple years ago. They're now making it out, and obviously things in the world are kind of crazy. It's like, oh, blah blah blah, but they're like, no, we wrote this 3 years ago. Like, it just kind of resonates because that's how these things work. So he kind of addressed that in his, like, they make their announcements and then they go off to the side and they get to talk. And that was the first question someone asked him, was like, oh, like real world stuff. And he's like, yeah, we wrote this 3 years ago, just based off of history. But we got here, Hal run our base. Let's go. What's up,
man? Good to see you here.
They were nominated for 14. They won 5. So he gets up there, gives a good speech. He does. Have you guys watched the speech?
Yeah.
So when you say, I have friends everywhere, and it's kind of quiet, and then everyone erupts all of a sudden, because I'm sure like the brothers are like, all fired up. He slipped that in there. I wonder how much money he got for, like, they had a bet or something, right? Whoever goes up.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure. I want to get a shirt that I was kind of, there's a few shirts, that a lot of content creators made with the I have friends everywhere. I kind of missed out on getting one of those. Now I really, really want one.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor has one, right? Didn't we see Taylor posting some stuff with her?
Yeah, I think she's got one.
And there is the new Simpsons confirmed. What?
Sure.
You have to explain yourself, Star Wars nerd.
Yeah,
all right. The fact that Andor won outstanding writing for a drama series Emmy over something like Severance speaks volumes. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Massively.
Yeah, I mean, it beat The Pit. I mean, it's not like it was like a bad year for television. I mean, there were some massive pieces out there. That's we'll come back around, like I said, but yeah. So the next one was outstanding special visual effects in a season or a movie. I guess. Like, I mean, that one makes. I mean, I don't know what there's really to say about that at Star Wars. Like, they win; those are the awards they win, right? ILM and our friends over at Legacy Effects and stuff like that get everything for the special visual effects. I like this one. Outstanding, and I like some of it's weird because it's like it's all for like specific episodes, and some of it's for that one's for like the whole season or a movie. You know, the outstanding writing was for one episode.
Yeah.
Outstanding picture editing for a drama series. Jan Miles for the episode "Who Are You?" Oh, that's the
That's the
more
money.
that's the Gorman Massacre, right? Like that's when it all
Yeah.
breaks down, and that's a you know. You guys, if you remember, you tell it. But I remember seeing that's the title of the episode. I'm like, "Who are you? Like, what is that going to be about?" And then Andor turns. He's like, "Who are you?" And you're just like, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like totally deflated and crushed for poor Cyril.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I just, who are you? So, what do you guys think about that one? The editing and stuff. I mean, I never noticed anything bad with it. So,
No, I don't think there was either. But again, I think as well a lot of it is the amount of work it probably takes to edit at the same time. Like I can imagine ridiculous amount of hours trawling through footage, editing
well,
things.
yeah, all three of us create stuff. You know, we make silly little reels and we do videos, and that takes a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's for what, 30 seconds to maybe 5 minutes. And they're doing hour-long segments of stuff with imagine the B-roll and all the stuff I mean, people don't understand, I think, how much work really goes into things like that. And I think it's kind of cool because famously, George Lucas's first wife saved Star Wars because of the editing.
Yes,
So
I was about to say.
we as Star Wars fans know how important editing can be because we might not even be here talking to each other, know each other if it weren't for I can't think of her name off the top of my head, George's first wife, but the one that did all the editing. So
Yeah,
but
100%.
Shout out to her, man.
yeah, I'm trying to think of her dang name, man. I strut the red carpet looking for Explore the Force Bros in the media scrum. Yeah, we got left off that one. Got left off that invite. So
It's
strange.
coming hopefully somewhere,
Yeah.
maybe in the post.
All right. See you, Nerd Star Wars.
Have a good one.
Star Wars
Make sure
nerd,
you
I guess.
message us about the Simpsons.
There it
Andor.
is. Marcia Lucas. Thank you, Star Wars nerd. And please explain your Simpsons reference. I'm curious. I don't, anyone, am I missing something?
I didn't get it either, but that doesn't mean it could be awesome.
Star Wars nerd's probably way smarter than all of us. So
He's a nerd.
but I mean, you just drop Marcia Lucas like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, obviously it's Marcia Lucas.
How'd you guys
Obviously,
not
yeah.
know that?
Yeah, I know. I'm an idiot.
No.
Whoa, wrong one. You want to play that? That's Dan Gilroy's acceptance speech. All right, we got outstanding production design for a narrative period or fantasy program, 1 hour or more. So that's a pretty good one. I mean, we were at Rebel ScumCon and Cyril, Kyle Colt Solar, who was awesome, by the way. Good for a laugh. But him and, I can never think of this dude's name. But all they talked about were like the clothes and the sets and all these things like that. So it wasn't really a surprise to me that they won for this. How do you guys feeling about just the overall production? Because like we did a couple news stories off and on throughout Andor, where they all the little things like the mall spiders and all those different things they had everywhere and all these big giant sets they built. What do you guys think?
Yeah, some of it looks really, really good. I always love the like deconstruction of some of the sets for like even Gorman, like that place in real life, like the actual location looks completely different than what it actually is for like the Gorman or the Who Are You episode. Like that is completely deconstructed and looks completely different. But I think the overall setting is painted pretty well, in my opinion.
I've seen as well what happens to it all when it's deconstructed. It basically just all goes in a skip. I've walked around Palmwood Studios and there's just tons of used material in a massive skip that they
You
just
need to
get rid of.
You need to speak the English and tell us what a skip is.
A big bin.
Oh, okay.
A bin.
All right.
But
I was thinking like
yeah.
skip maybe like a big like a big museum or something. I was like, yeah, cool.
They destroy it all. They absolutely just destroy everything.
That's got to be painful.
Oh, can you imagine? You've done all that work, and like you said, some of the sets are incredible. It wasn't like a candy shop, but like the shop with the sweets and that. Like
Oh yeah,
everything was made from scratch. Like that is incredible.
Yeah, that's hard work and dedication right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I always feel bad too when you hear about those shows like I mean, even with the Acolyte, like Chimera or Manny Jacinto didn't take anything from the set. So you want to think like where'd everything go? Like where does Boots go? The helmet,
Yeah.
that's my main question. Because he got the one at Celebration.
Yeah.
But I mean that is completely different from the set one, So it's like where'd all these, props go? Or Kilnaka's freaking metal detector, where's that thing at? So many different things.
That's funny. The metal detector. I guess Brando out there just beep 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 with the Kalnakas. All
What are you
right.
gonna find out there? Some witches?
Yeah, I loved it. I haven't had time to go back and rewatch it. Like I feel like I have to be in the right place mentally to get back through that because of everything. So, but I want to be able to rewatch it and like maybe appreciate. I mean, I appreciated it when it was happening. Like I was like, oh, like how cool is that? How cool is that? But I think now you can take a moment and you can be like, whoa, like that's insane. Just thinking about all the sets and things like that. And then of course the last one it won was outstanding fantasy sci-fi costumes for the costumes in the episode Harvest. Is that the very first one?
Is that the one where Basil dies?
Oh,
Brazo, not Basil.
Brazo.
Yeah.
Brasso, yeah. Man, as soon as that stupid stormtrooper like they showed him actually aiming like, oh, he's toast.
Yeah. Episode 3, that one.
Is that what
He
it
locked
is?
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when
Because
he
we're
dies,
so used
right?
to stormtroopers missing as well, aren't we? So we all pretty much
We're like, yeah, and then
we knew it's gonna happen.
Tony Gilroy's like, watch this, Star Wars fans.
that's the
It's like
genius of the show, though, the writing of it. Like in the end, where it's all these single people like Brasso and everyone that's along the way. Luke gets all the credit in the end, but without all these people, like it's kind of funny. Like
That is a good point.
it's not just, I mean, it's all of them. It's Vel and it's just that whole crew and Nemec. Like it's just nuts.
It was one of the biggest episodes as well. I think that went under the radar because of the quality of the other episodes. So obviously the biggest thing in Harvest topic was the whole rape scene.
Yeah, I did get kind of. Yeah, but man, that's people argue about strong female characters. She whooped his butt.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Said nah, and just went wham.
Dude,
right?
that was one of those episodes where I looked at it too, like, Star Wars is painted out to be this. You see who's evil by a certain point of view. Some people will resign with the Sith, some with the Jedi, but like I feel like this is the first Star Wars project that actually makes you look at the Empire like, oh, they are ruthless, they are scummy, terrible. And like even for instance, like even like in the SA scene, like you really get to see that picture being painted. And I mean, all throughout Andor, you see all those different times where you're like, oh wow, the Empire is very bad. Like this is terrible. So all of these things that you see, I mean, that's just part of good writing when you throw that term out there. So it painted a good picture for me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we got a couple comments here. Hang on a second. I think Star Wars Nerd explained him or herself. I don't know exactly who that is, so I don't want to assume. But it says y'all said someone asked one of Gilroy's about Andor season 2 in real time events, and he said they filmed it 3 years ago. The Simpsons have predicted the future before, therefore Andor equals the Simpsons. Yes,
Okay,
makes sense.
Star Wars nerd is smarter than us. And
yep.
So, and then
this is an interesting comment as well. What we've got, Jimmy, the next one, that Hal run a base.
Oh yeah.
So one of the biggest concerns is obviously B2 Emo just getting ditched and left behind.
I was so. Yeah.
I read something the other day on Instagram. Someone mentioned, he's okay. He's with Bix helping raise Cassian's son, and I was like, oh no, hit me in the heart again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point, to be fair.
Patrick over on Instagram, Poptography, says, "What's good, fellas?
What up?
Hey,
what
Patrick.
Up? Wish we could put those up on here too. I don't know why.
Yeah, we'll have to hit a StreamYard.
So asking what's up. Yeah, I just hope B2 Emo is okay. They just ditched him. Yeah, I'm hoping he's like the best nanny ever.
Yeah. You need
Um,
a
This,
diaper?
this is
I
the
got
thing.
you.
That I used to love the theories where they thought that B2 Emo died, and he took the memory core of
hey,
him
I
and put it into
thought
K2.
that there was going
Oh.
to be some connection between the two of them,
So
and then I would have tried even more. The only death that gets me in Andor is K2's for some reason. Like I get like choked up kind of. Everyone
Oh,
else,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, whatever, kill him, but it's good for the movie.
Ruthless.
But K2 goes, if that would have been the scene, I probably would have I'd be like bawling and tears just streaking down my face, ugly crying, kind of thing
Why?
going on. Why B2, K2? Right. But I mean, it was fun. That was a fun fan theory.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm glad it worked out that B2 is still alive
Yes.
forever. Maybe we'll see him later. But I want to go back to this one real quick. Comel says I was going to flip table. They didn't win for best costume. I like the commitment and the rage for Andor season 2. Comel, that's awesome. So, yeah, B2's okay, and then we got never get to see. That is kind of Cassian, like a little stutter he has. Oh,
Yeah.
poor B2 Emo. I just still don't know how Star Wars and Lucasfilm, these directors and creators, how they keep making droids that we fall in love with. I mean,
Yeah.
B2 is the most basic structure. Is a box with wheels, and we
Quite
love
literally.
them. Just
Scary. It's scary. I like, yeah, just how amazing their writing is.
Yeah, it was great.
award-winning, actually. That's how good it is. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anything else to say? Like, you guys, I don't really want to focus too much negative, but they did lose. They won 5 out of 14. If my math is good, that's 9.
Yeah.
They lost. I don't know. I could probably find them. I know
So,
there was some. Go ahead.
A lot of things as well with it is, again, we mentioned how good Andor is, but the people and the series, the TVs that they were going up against, it was strong as well. So I think even to come away with four nominations,
33%,
four winners, sorry,
almost.
wherever it was, it's really good because, again, like I mentioned, in some of the drama series that are out there that they're up against, like The Last of Us, The Diplomat, Severance, like they're all massive. Obviously, The Last of Us is absolutely huge as it is,
Yeah.
and then you've got the big actors as well. And I'm surprised Geneva O'Reilly and Diego Luna didn't get put forward. If I'm totally honest,
Did they even get nominated?
Nope.
See,
Lead actors were Sterling Brown, Gary Oldman, Pedro Pascal, Adam Scott, and the Noah one from The Pit.
Mm.
I mean, those are pretty strong actors.
Yeah, Gary Oldman alone is like, man,
that's what Slow Horses he's a part of, right? That's a pretty good series. I couldn't.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah. Slow Horses, yeah.
I can't get into it for some reason. I don't know. I've tried. I
It's
love Gary
slow,
Oldman, but it's really slow at the beginning. My sister says it picks up and it's really good. And season 5, so they must be doing something right. But yeah, and then Severance, we started it was so weird. And we're just like, I don't think we were in the right place for it. I think Adam Scott's pretty awesome. Huge Star Wars fan, by the way. The guy who wrote and was in that. But yeah, I mean, they win almost 33%, over 33% of the awards. So that's pretty good. It does kind of a bummer that Genevieve O'Reilly and Diego were not nominated. Bernie, you have any thoughts on those two kind of getting snubbed? Because I don't think Skarsgård was as passionate this time around, but
the thing is as well, would we say that they got snubbed, or would you say that they got out acted?
I want to. Okay, I can't judge it off of that because I haven't seen the other shows. I don't want to snub anyone else, or make it go around.
True.
But at the same time, I mean, let's even put Mon Mothma's speech to the side. Like, let's not even mention that. Like, how good of a character is Mon Mothma and Genevieve O'Reilly up until that point? That's just an extra. That's the cherry on top. She did phenomenal, and it did a good job when she was real high in class, and then when she goes to Yavin finally, and she kind of blends in more so, and is really her true self. and one with the people, one with the the Republic. I mean, goddamn, the rebellion, and then going forward. I mean, Diego Luna. I mean, he's the lead. He's in the he has the fourth most screen time in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And that's insane. Like, that is nuts. So I mean, yeah, you can't ever leave those two out. I think they did a great job, and I don't think anyone's overlooking that. But I don't know how the Emmys, the Grammys, the Oscars. I don't know what all the criteria and the bases are, but I mean, for me, that's any award in my mind. So,
I mean, I'm going to say this, and it's not going to be popular, but Genevieve O'Reilly and Diego Luna can act circles around Pedro Pascal.
yes,
I don't
acting,
think he's
yes.
that great of an actor. Like, I mean, I think I like him. I love him in Mando. I like him in his shows, but I don't feel like he's, I liked him as in Fantastic Four. He was fine, but I don't know. I like him a lot in Fantastic Four, actually. I thought that was pretty good. Like, I think that's like my favorite role of his so far, but but I mean, those people, they know more than we do, I guess. I mean, it's what they do, but so, any other thoughts on, the wins, the losses?
Nah, I totally agree. Totally agree. I'm just glad, like, with the awards that they did win, and they did make sense as well. Actually, I think the biggest surprise is the snubs of the actors. The nominations baffled me. What Andor put forward. Well, yeah, writing for a drama series, definitely 100%. Costumes, man, we need to talk the costumes.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Holy smokes!
Yeah,
they were unreal costumes, every single one of them. The team beyond the costume designers, Michael Wilkinson, a lot of Kato Farrell, Richard Davis, and Paula Fajardo, I want to say. Unreal costumes that they were coming up with. And again, you look at the things that they were going up against, Last of Us, that sort of thing. It just speaks volumes, I think, of the talent that they brought to the show.
For sure.
Yeah, to even get put into those categories is pretty good. I mean, they did win sci-fi fantasy costumes. They did win visual effects. So, I mean, they got some big ones. I don't know. Technically, though, like, I just think maybe costuming in general. I mean, I guess that's probably able to spread out, but I mean, that, like, it's all like this original stuff. It's kind of, I don't know who won some of those things, but like, you think about the design, creating for Star Wars, you're kind of stuck, but you got to make it new, and just the creativity for that. I mean, I know Star Wars isn't ever seen as like Emmy award winning stuff until now, but I hope this changes people's minds about some of. I mean, that's kind of what I want to talk about next, though. So I guess we can just jump into that. Does this change what Disney, Bob Iger, Kathleen Kennedy? So I know they have their stuff coming out, and I'm glad for it. I'm glad Mando and Grogu's coming out. That's probably not ruining any writing awards. Some special effects stuff, whatever. But I'm not sure they're going to get any. I could be wrong. It could be the most impactful Star Wars movie ever. I hope it is. Starfighter. We know those two movies are coming out. We got Ahsoka season 2. We got certain things coming out. Will this change whoever takes over for Kathleen if she ever retires? Those rumors. That rumor has gone to sleep for a while now too, so that's nice. About time for someone to bring that back up, I think.
Yeah.
Usually about every 3 months or so, someone needs some clicks, and I'll bring that up. But but does this change what Star Wars is going to do moving forward? I'm not saying they're going to stop Mando and Grogu or any of that stuff, but do they start thinking? Because we talked about this a little bit on our show about kids in Star Wars. What does all these wins do for Star Wars, and what do you think the planning is ahead of time or for the future?
I will say, I feel like a lot of people these days, when they judge something, whether that's sports, music, movies, it's all statistics and numbers. Now, if we look at LeBron James, who has the highest points ever scored in basketball, everyone thinks, oh, well, if he can score the most, that means he's the best basketball player ever, right? I mean, that's controversial in itself. I don't think that's the case. But at the same time, that's how I feel like this could be relevant with Star Wars. So you look at Andor, for those who are just like, oh yeah, I stick to numbers, numbers don't lie. You look at Andor, and it's that first Star Wars story that is impeccable writing, good writing, and overall it's impactful, and it can also unintentionally relate to what's going on in the world today. So the relevance is good. We talked about the acting, the visual effects, the fighting choreography. You really feel that heartbeat in the series. So going forward, I think Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger, whoever else is pulling the strings, not only looks at this and says, okay, this is a W right here. How do we apply this to the next? I feel like what they do is they keep it. I mean, you're not going to get Tony Gilroy over, or you're not going to get like Deborah Chow or, Bryce Dallas Howard or Rick Rodriguez over Tony Gilroy. I mean, Tony Gilroy is Tony Gilroy. I mean, he's in a league of his own pretty much. But that doesn't mean that
for sure.
Yes. That doesn't mean that these other directors and writers can't perform to that expense. A lot of people look at Andor as boring and slow and it takes forever. How many people did we see posting on Instagram or YouTube saying, like, oh, it's boring, but then once the Gorman Massacre comes about, they're like, oh my God, the show is so great. And it's like, that's it. The show's been started, we're at the end now. This is where things really take off. So yeah, you can't have the Gorman Massacre with without those first 6 episodes.
No, that's the thing. That people forget that storytelling, man. Like, you got to tell a story. You got to build the characters. You got to build the scene. You got to get everything. I mean, none of that makes sense if, the Cyril and Daedra, none of that makes sense if they don't have those weird, awkward moments or, dinner with mom. And
yes,
you've got to build. People need to be patient. I mean, all these Sith run around with no patience. All these Sith. Man.
Weird.
Before you answer, Komau has Star Wars has won multiple Annie Awards and daytime Emmys for some of the animated projects. But some people tend to look down on animation. Yeah, it's true, because I will say that I never watched Clone Wars. I was like, oh, it's a cartoon. Then I watched it and I was like, geesh.
Yeah.
Like the writing in that, and that's I'm kind of hoping for. I wanted to talk about that when she put that up there, but we'll get to it. I think some of the tales of Barrett's arc and things like that, like the writing
Unreal,
and the storytelling is just like, wow.
Even the vision stuff.
Yeah. And we're about to get that in a month. So Jack, what do you think about Jack, do you think this is going to, does this change anything? Kind of like Brandon say, everyone's looking at these numbers or looking at the wins. It's a lot of times, like when Barbie comes out, the movie Barbie comes out, right? This movie's a hit. And so now they're talking about making a Hot Wheels because the people that own the businesses don't understand what made Barbie good. They didn't go because it was a Hasbro toy. They go because it had something to say. It was funny and engaging, and it challenged people in a way that Andor did as well. Now they're talking like, let's make a Hot Wheels movie because Barbie did so good. You're like, what?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll change anything, if I'm honest, because I can't remember what it is. Is it BAFTA? But like
BAFTA awards?
Yeah, because like sci-fi films can't win BAFTAs. I think it's BAFTAs. There's one of them. There's one of the types of awards.
BAFTA's over in your side of the world, isn't it?
I don't know BAFTA I'm thinking of. It's something like big anyway. I don't think it will change anything at all, if I'm honest, at all. Wow. It does, like I said, it shows the strength of Andor going against such stiff competition. Because what you've got to remember as well is a lot of these programs it's going up against, like The Last of Us, I keep going on about Severance, all that good stuff. Their audience is a lot bigger, I think, than the Star Wars universe audience.
Yeah, I mean, season 2 of Last of Us did not do well. I mean, it kind of suffered season 8 Game of Thrones type blowback, but yeah, I mean, Kumal says Rebels is some of the best Star Wars in my opinion. I would agree with you. Not Hot Wheels, yeah, that's the rumors anyway. So, now, yeah, you're probably right, Jack. I mean, sometimes I feel like, we were talking on Sunday about like, we're not typical Star Wars fans. It's like our lives. It's not everybody else's.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So I'm hoping that changes with like Mando and Grogu. Like it becomes an event again, a movie. I think it could. the campiness of Star Wars is good and it's fun, but I find myself kind of, and maybe that's just me, I find myself pulled towards a lot of the darker stuff. But like, in Clone Wars, like whenever Anakin would start having flashes, like towards the end of those seasons, and he gets real mad, and you can kind of see like the Vader coming out, and like he's getting ready to break, all that stuff bubbling up underneath, like that storytelling and that just that kind of teasing. I think that's where it's at, and I feel like they could do some of that. So
that's not what I'm on about. Como, you're right. Is the British? What I was on about, Jimmy? Sorry, is the Oscars. It's the Oscars.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sci-fi films can't win the Best Picture award, which I find bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird. How many good sci-fi shows are there?
It's weird. I don't understand why.
This is weird.
Yeah, that was a rule. I don't know, but I do think that it could have some effect. We won't see it for a few years because they got a plan for it now, but maybe we get some more. I mean, there's spin-off shows. I don't know if any spin-off show would really work from the Andor series. I mean, people have talked. Tony Gilroy has talked about Saw Gerrera. Like, we didn't see a lot of Saw Gerrera other than him getting high off of that gas or whatever.
It's Saw Whitaker. I don't think he's that. Yeah,
but you could get a wartime. Think about like a wartime, like a Clone Wars with the clones, or
let's just get a side version of Jyn Erso. Everyone was expecting to see her. Let's see what happened between her growing up with Saw and to the point that she got arrested.
I think that'd be nuts, wouldn't it? Like to see them. You could do a one season, do a big jump. That could be the new thing. A big, a couple year jump. You're getting different actors in to play Jyn, and then you could come home with Jyn. You could come home with what's her name, Felicity Jones.
Or what you mentioned on this week's episode. Make sure you check it out if you haven't already. Episode 122.
Shameless plug.
Aftermath. You could easily chuck in an Aftermath.
Oh, yeah.
The books are amazing, but we've said this as well. The High Republic books are so blooming good because the writers, they all got together in a room, spoke to each other, planned it all out properly. We've seen what can happen with Star Wars if it's not planned properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just think we could get some more heavier, we're getting that the Reign of the Empire books. That first one was really good, and that was about Saw and Mon Mothma and Bail Organa, and then there was a couple side characters that got thrown in there. That was pretty intense. And reading that while Andor was out, I was like, I felt like I was in a spy novel, you know what I mean? Because I was getting everything from everywhere. But I do think that, and I talked about this too with, we talked about that episode where we talked about the Star Wars pricing children out. I still don't think there's anything wrong with, when I remember seeing the Lego for Andor, and I'm like, whatever, that little ship, and then I've been trying to find it online ever since, because it's been discontinued or retired. And I'm like, nuts, you know what I mean? Because how much I love the show and just things like that. I guess I think that I don't want them to stop making Mandos and Grogus. I don't want them to stop making like a Starfighter. I can't imagine it's going to be like. Maybe it is. Maybe that's why they greenlit it so quickly and they pushed it forward. It's going to be heavy and it's going to be a struggle or something. But I think there's room for it in Star Wars. I think there's room for a lot of different things. I mean, Jack and Mike, Mike had a show on here one time where you talked about different genres and stuff, kind of like what Marvel has done.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not try some stuff? I don't know.
The thing is as well, it's been on my mind for a while now. It's probably something worth doing an episode on is, are we in a place or going to be in a place within, I don't know, a year's time where we are worried about the future of Star Wars? Because Dave Filoni isn't going to be around forever, obviously. Who's going to be the successor to Dave Filoni?
I don't know. I mean, even
story-wise.
I don't know. Bryce Dallas Howard would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I've said that from the off. But again, story-wise, we've got to look at Starfighter. I think a lot of people at Disney will be watching Starfighter very, very closely because it's going to be hopefully the first thing away from the Skywalker saga. Because I'm still not convinced with this new Rey Jedi Order stuff. There's still going to be elements of Skywalker. She said she's a Skywalker. They've got the safety net there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think talking about Luke and Leia, because obviously got trained by.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is still going to be a tie-in, but I don't think it's going to be bad necessarily. I mean, what's up with, is it Simon Kinberg who's doing the new
that trilogy,
the
new
trilogy? Yeah,
that nobody
10,
knows what it's
11, 12,
about.
or
Mm.
10, 11, 12 can't count. But
Yeah, maybe it's 10, 11, 12. Nobody knows. Like it's like one point the rumors are yes, and then we've read other articles where it's like I'm just making a trilogy.
yeah,
You know, we have was it? Why can't I think of his name off? I'm bad with names tonight. The guy who's doing like the Dawn of the Jedi movie, from the one that did Logan and Indiana Jones. Why can't I think of his name? And he was supposed to do the Boba Fett film. I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Cannot think of his name, but you know, we've got that movie out there still. You've got Charmaine Obey
This is what I mean.
Noise.
Though.
James
These are
Mangold.
all
Thanks, Comel. Thank you.
these are all directors. Like that's
Yeah.
great.
But those,
What,
I
what
mean,
that
Dave
writer-
Filoni's not writing all of these movies. I mean, he's.
No, he's
No.
not.
I don't even know how much he's helping with Mando and Grogu. That sounds more like a Favreau thing, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
One
But
thing.
he has. Go ahead. I was just gonna say is like, you know, Dave gets all the credit for like the animation stuff, but he's admitted that he's stepped away and like his team is running a lot of that stuff because he's getting pulled in multiple directions now.
Mhm.
So there are people there that they feel comfortable with, or he would never. They wouldn't be letting him leave animation if they didn't think somebody could keep telling those stories. You know, and he's kind of responsible for all the tales of stuff too. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how old Dave. And again, you never know what could happen. But I mean, I would hope that there's more than, you know. He has to have his Padawans, right? He's
Yeah.
going to be the Yoda now and be kind of. And he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's going to hoard it for himself. Like he seems pretty cool and wants, you know. Granted, he gets the final say, but I feel like he probably has people that he trusts, and Simon Kinberg is probably one of them, right? Because he wrote on Rebels and Clone Wars, I think. So,
Oh wow, I
mean,
didn't know that.
Yeah, Simon Kinberg, I believe he has credits on one of the two, or maybe both. I don't know. So I'll bring that up here, and you guys can chat for a minute.
Well, that's cool. I was gonna say with the, you know, like if Jin or Saw had their own like show, I feel like what you can do with Star Wars is you have the perfect outlet, and it's the Tales of series. You
Oh, I
can
love
pick
it.
two random characters, obviously that we see, and just run with it. I mean, maybe they could do Tales of the Rebellion and do a side with Jin
Oh, nice.
and Saw and the same thing, and then on the other side, maybe I don't know, maybe this is where we finally get to see, you know, like Cassian's son, you know, and
Oh.
Bix is kind of telling him like, you know, the stories of, you know, what happened. Maybe she finds out that, you know, Cassian and Jin died on Scarif and, you know, all these crazy things. Like, I mean, that'd be like a really cool opportunity instead of, you know, them getting their own limited series or anything like that. So, I mean, I think that'd be a kind of a good approach with that stuff like that.
That's another good shout, mate.
And we get it once a year. It seems like every May we get a new Tales of series.
And I hope that keeps happening.
They need to. They're all really good.
Star Wars Rebels on here. Maybe
People
not
love
Clone
Rebels,
Wars.
too.
I know he was involved in Clone Wars though, but and Rebels for sure because he's got a writing credit here. But maybe I don't know what it was for that. But so I mean, you got somebody that's kind of tied in. That's good. I mean, I like that idea that they're all kind of right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I'm a fan of that.
You know, you love those stories. They're all good at working with each other. You know, they're asking questions and feeding off of each other. I think that could be good. And you know, they've got to have a plan at this point, right? They took how many years off? How many years will it be until it's like, because we're getting Rey. I mean, this is the 10th anniversary of
Force Awakens
with no fanfare. I think that's what Mark was saying on the show this weekend was there hasn't been a word. We know that we're getting Star Wars next year.
Yeah.
Right?
Are we all hoping that the anniversary is like that's when they drop the trailer or a little snippet? But they haven't even done anything with it, so I hardly doubt that.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but I don't know. I'm pretty pumped that Andor got this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, so you guys have any final thoughts or anything else you want to chat about with this? I mean, I think we kind of, I have one last question for you. This popped into my head. For me, during Andor, knowing that the Ghost Crew, the rebels, are the ones who take her and they take her to, they get her away after that she's rescued. Like we know that was the Andor or the rebels crew that got her to safety once they sneak her out of there. I did not want the rebels. I didn't want rebels to show up. I didn't want Hera and Chopper and all them in Andor because I felt like it was going to throw it off. Like it wasn't like, not because I don't love them, but I just didn't feel like they fit.
Yeah.
Right. Seeing Mon Mothma in Ahsoka season 2, is it going to be weird that she's like this super powerful being? We know what she's capable of acting, and then we get whatever writing they give her. It's not going to be nearly as good as, she's not going to have this, speech again. Like, I don't know. Are you at all worried for that? Like, because for me it was kind of weird because I feel like it's the same thing. Kind of like, I hope if they use Mon Mothma, which they should, that they do her justice. But does it fit in the Ahsoka series? Unless Ahsoka gets really dark or gets really intense, which I think it has the possibility. But what are you guys' thoughts on that? And then we can kind of close out unless we have anything else.
I mean, you can look at it one way. Like, since you know the timeline now, if you go back and watch Ahsoka season 1 and you kind of see them in court or whatever, you can be like, oh man, Mon Mothma is a legend. Once upon a time, she gave this crazy speech and, dipped to Yavin and fought the Empire and, was a huge staple back in the, in the Empire days. Now she really knows, what to expect. And especially with her being scared of Thrawn's return and Hera's, letting her know like, hey, we might be going through this all over again. I mean, Mon Mothma is that character that you want there, especially on Leia's side and Hera's side as well. So I mean, but I wouldn't say it kind of like takes away from that. But if you kind of trick yourself into thinking like, oh, she's been there, done that before,
That's true.
She's kind of retired in a way from those times. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because I wonder if they're like at this point in this Ahsoka stuff too. This should be like kind of leading into the Aftermath series, where she's like now like the president, what I mean? Like she's in charge, like she's the new chancellor and stuff like that. Spoiler alert if you haven't read the Aftermath series. They got a lot of hate when they came out, but I think there's a lot of good in them. A lot of characters come out and then kind of help spring some good Cobb Vanth from that. Temin, Snap Wexley's from there. Like, we've got a lot of different characters that popped out of those books. But yeah, we'll see. I guess that'll be interesting. And then what did Kumail say? He said, I didn't want Rebels characters in Andor either. Having Gold Squadron was good. It's kind of like having General Syndulla's name dropped in Rogue One. And then Mothma in Ahsoka season 1 was good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and just. I mean, she only had like one or two little scenes, but I'm sure she's awesome in everything she does. So, but
I think my Mothma would be okay. In Ahsoka, because I think if anyone gets the protection of characters, it'd definitely be Dave Filoni. Because if I was Tony Gilroy, I'd turn around and be like, "Look, if you give me Ahsoka, how would you want her treated?"
Oh yeah, that's a good look.
So, but it depends because Tony Gilroy is not like Dave Filoni at all. Is he? He's not.
He has to care now, though. I know he says he doesn't care about Star Wars, like it wasn't his thing, and that was his claim to fame coming in and fixing Rogue One. But you spent, 5, 6, 7 years involved with Andor in this massive story. And I know the story could be pulled out and put anywhere, but he is a Star Wars fan now. And there's no doubt in my mind that there's no way he could say otherwise, because this has pushed him to the forefront like nothing else has.
Yeah.
I mean,
he'd be lying.
And his son.
Yeah. No
brothers. Shot. Yeah, both his brothers. So, I mean, they're going to owe, because how many jobs have they probably already like locked down because of this? I mean, they're probably set because of the success of the show, right? I mean, it's all it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, you make something like this, you can throw out turds for the rest of your life, and people are like, oh, remember when you wrote Andor? It was so great. Wonder what happened.
Just go to cons and charge extortionate prices for autographs and Funkos. That's you set for life.
Oh yeah. Lord. Yeah, crazy. So, any final thoughts, you guys? What do you think? Kind of a fun chat, though.
Yeah.
No final thoughts from me. I don't think. I think, like I said, I'm happy with what they've won. I wish they'd have won more, obviously, but again, I think they've done very well with the competition and everyone else and all the other series that were wasn't really an outstanding winner.
Yeah.
I don't think there was an outstanding winner, was there, at the Emmys? Like, who walked away with the most?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think there was.
I wouldn't even know the Emmys happened if it hadn't been for Star Wars.
Well, there we go. But that's what I'm getting at. I don't think. Yeah,
And Nate Bargatze, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No.
It says that the studio dominates with 13 wins.
what is it?
The studio. And then Adolescence and the Pits win top honors.
Adolescence is supposed to be pretty insane. And Daedra's in that, I think. And they filmed that with one camera, like kind of like 1917 movie, where it was just one camera the whole time and it never stops moving. But apparently the subject matter is really, really heavy, so we haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly, but supposedly it's outstanding. I mean, I've heard really good things about it, but I can't bring myself to watch it because supposedly it just just got to be in the right frame of mind.
Yeah,
I like to laugh when I come home because I've cried most of the day. So, but yeah, well, Brandon, thanks for filling in.
Yes, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It's awesome. Loved having you on here. Keep up the great work, Jackie boy. Thanks for jumping in as well.
Fun little problem.
Yeah. So Mike, the mailman, should be back next week, but who knows? One of us seems to have something going on every single week recently. But yeah, just thanks everybody in the chat on Instagram and on YouTube for joining us. Thanks for all Brandon's buddies hopping over here and saying what's up. We got Star Wars Sessions over there in the it's late in the UK, isn't it? Over there on Instagram. It's 6 hours.
I think it's Luke.
That's got to be Luke because Luke's the only one I know that would still be up. So if that's you, Luke, what's up?
He's in Japan. He's in
Japan.
Is he? Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad he got to go. So, all right. Well, hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Let us know if you're watching this later. Let us know. Let Brandon, at Clan Brandalorian as well. Let everybody know like what you think of the success of Andor season 2. Is it going to change anything? Are you just excited that they won? Does it help push Star Wars back into the forefront and it's back into the, it's in the headlines. It's in, people are talking about it again. So, because I don't know, some people watch those shows and then they go and they watch all the stuff that wins. So who knows?
Yeah,
maybe it gets a nice bump from it or something. But, well, if that's it, then I guess we'll sign off here with We Have Spoken. We'll see you guys most likely next Tuesday. Oh, wait, Jack, when's
Oh, yes, the quiz. That's another thing. Yes, the quiz. This Thursday, 7:00. Obviously, Sam's coming on from the Jura Den, and we've got Imperial Lemon coming on.
Oh, he's coming on. Very cool.
2 friends of ours again.
Imperial Lemon.
Yeah,
Imperial Lemon.
He does
Sam
really cool.
Very, very well last week. If
Met him at Rebel Scum Con. He does a lot of painting and figures and stuff like that. Really, really cool. Really super nice guy. Got to spend a lot of time with him actually, dinner and things like that. Just kind of hanging out with him and TR. So that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
So Thursday at 7.
Yes, Thursday at 7
We'll
p.m.
be there.
Mountain
Just join
time.
us to heckle Jack the whole time. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's what I like to do.
Jump on and heckle me all you want. Yeah.
The host sucks.
Boo.
Brando's the next guy we need to get on. I've also got a super special guest coming on the quiz, but obviously we have to wait and see for that. But yeah, jump on Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain time. If you want to get involved, let us know. Explore the Force. Make sure you check out this week's episode 122. Quite controversial. What the sequels would have been like, or would work with or without the legacy characters. And I'm absolutely rocking the Fantasy League over these 2 Americans. A British is winning.
That's all luck, anyways.
He has ChatGPT running his league.
That's for sure. So, all right, fellas, have a good night.
See you later.